Hello and welcome back to week 9 of Let's Play Madden 1998. I've been playing as the Dallas Cowboys. I've managed to go 8-0. And this is despite losing Emmitt Smith to an injury in week 7. So let's get moving forward. This is an important rivalry game in the NFC East. The Eagles were previously undefeated, as well as the Cowboys, when they met back in week 3. The Cowboys prevailed to take the NFC East lead. Let's see if they can maintain that lead without their star running back, Emmitt Smith. Last game, Sherman Williams rose to the challenge, but we'll see if he can do it again. It's funny to reminisce back in real life in 1998 when the Cowboys played the Jaguars in that game. I believe it was actually Herschel Walker who had the game-winning touchdown. It was a huge play, and it's only funny because in video game football this time around, for me, it was actually Sherman Williams who had the big game. So it's funny how twists of fate would change. So once again, the Eagles have Ricky Watters, and he's rated as being in the prime of his career, I guess. But otherwise, I have most of the advantages. Alright, let's see if I can shut down the Eagles like I did the Jaguars. I'm already pushing these guys into holding penalties via my new shading technique with the defensive ends. Don't mean to audible. You can hear the sound of me breathing heavily, I'm sure. Displeased. Oh, Shante Carver. I can't believe he's my left defensive end. He is not a very good player at the position. I believe he was the 3rd defensive end drafted in that. That was a coach's error. I'm just going to call my plays for a second. It's hard for me to push my defensive ends forward against these 2 tight end formations. Wow, that felt like a lot like the end of the 2013 season with Nick Foles of the Eagles being able to complete deep lobs for touchdowns, or at least to get the Eagles, not us, to get the Eagles within a couple of yards of the end zone. That play was kind of reminiscent of that to me, or at least as I play this game. Alright, so whatever my new tactic is on the defensive line, it's not really helping my secondary right now. At least not in the first drive of the game. It's time for me to do what I can to try to control the clock with my running back, even though it's not Emmitt Smith. Two tight ends. I'm going to run to the right. I believe that the Eagles will probably have a full secondary on the field, meaning that I should have a size matchup across the board. I'm going to keep my wide receiver over here to block the cornerback. You know, I just don't know that Sherman Williams is fast enough to take advantage of those pitch outs. I might just focus on taking Sherman Williams behind my best guard. I'm hoping for a pass route that's actually fairly quick to develop. I'm relying on Michael Irvin's awareness because he's always knowledgeable. He seems to always know that I'm throwing him the ball. Michael Irvin was not my receiver on that play. I did not realize that. It's unbelievable. Alright, we trade punts. We didn't trade punts. The Eagles are up by 7. I'm going to really rely on Tony Tolbert on the strong side to disrupt offense. With the way they keep lining their tight end against my best, against Shante Carver, ostensibly my best pass rusher, that means I need Tony Tolbert on the strong side to be able to shade over the tackle more, like what I've been doing in terms of moving these guys forward, causing my defense problems. It's another coach's error. I obviously had that fullback in my grip, and I let him go. Alright, I've been overly focused on my defensive line. It's time for me to focus on the quality of my secondary's actions. Alright, I'm asking Darren Woodson to make a big play because nobody else so far is right now. Eagles are moving the ball without any resistance. I'm having opportunities to make tackles in the backfield, but it's taking my third tackler. Thankfully, that was not a first down. I did make their field goal much easier. Went from a 52-yard field goal to a 47-yard field goal. Still, if they miss it, I want to catch it.
And it's no good.
I audibled into a pass. Once again, I mean, you see 6 down linemen. Incidentally, they dropped their down lineman into coverage. That wasn't the guy that made the interception. Whatever play they called worked, despite my audibling out of it. Another offsides. Alright, I've been so infatuated with moving my defensive linemen up closer to the line of scrimmage that I think I should just start calling a more conventional defense. Focus on my coverage downfield and not doing anything fancy with my defensive linemen so I don't give up these 5-yard penalties over and over. Alright, I absolutely need to get the ball back. I think it was a mistake of the Eagles to call a timeout. It leaves a lot of time on the clock for me. 3rd and 7. It's very likely they'll pass. And they might not run the clock. As a defensive coordinator, I can only say I'm very embarrassed that I allowed that to happen. Yeah, who's gonna make a play? My linebacker. Alright, I'm looking at a big blitz. And they're looking at a rush up the middle, and I'm blitzing up the middle. And they did an outside swing pass, and it worked. Irving Fryer, no less. They seem to have realized their 2 tight end set prevents me from shading my defensive lineman. I haven't been able to stop the Eagles yet, and right now I'm getting blown out. The Eagles know I'm going to pass. I know I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass the ball. My defense has been useless so far. And their kick coverage is getting me behind the 20. Clearly the Eagles are playing inspired football. I'm going to attack them with that deep attack pass that I always use. That time I attempted a lob. Next time I probably won't. Alright, out and ups. So this requires that the receiver runs 2 moves, and so I need extra time for my quarterback. Alright, from this down and distance, going back to that Hail Mary and throwing a very hot pass is extremely effective. You can tell that the Eagles are in a zone. There's a good chance that Michael Irvin can end up completely open. Alright, this is post corner. This is another double move route. Michael Irvin's going to cut towards the middle of the field and cut towards the out. Not an easy route and not an easy pass. The Cowboys cannot be down by 2 scores going into halftime.
And it's good. You'll remember that number.
Alright, halftime. Dallas Cowboys down by a score. Is this now 3 consecutive weeks the Cowboys enter the second half down by a touchdown? Is this the first time in memory the Dallas Cowboys don't dominate the time of possession? 3 minutes to the Eagles' 7? The Cowboys cannot run the ball at all. This is a very difficult game, as is typical of a division rivalry.
What a hit.
Alright, let's see if we can make Sherman Williams do something again. There's a lot of defenders exactly where we're running. Halfback wham. Once again, there's another well, they're doubling my white out. Alright, 3rd and 6. Let's see what we can do. I don't normally call these short hooks. I didn't like that play at all, and they're doubling my whiteouts. So I audibled into another. In that play, Michael Irvin skirted the sidelines, came back towards the middle for about 2 steps just to lose the guy, only to come back and catch the ball. I audibled out of a play that was going to be comeback hooks, but it looked like the Eagles were in a short zone, and their zone defenders would have been saturating my routes. So maybe you can tell I run the ball whether I'm up or down. And look at all those defenders. I was going to run to the right. Now I'm running to the right out of a different formation.
What a hit.
That was a tough first down, Sherman Williams. Now that my running back sucks, or he's not as good as Emmitt Smith, I don't want to get away from running my fullback. So in an obvious down and distance, even my fullback gets a carry. Well, that didn't work. Alright, this is an all streaks play. Oh. Michael Irvin, you make so many plays for me. I won't resent you for that one. Alright, this is a 42-yard field goal attempt. I think I can make it. I want to make this so I can have a chance to win the game on a touchdown.
And it's good.
Thank you, Cunningham. Alright, so this means if I score a touchdown, I'll have the lead. I don't know exactly. This is a nickel defense I audibled into, but my tight end, their tight end, is being covered by a linebacker who actually did a great job dropping into deep coverage. It's kind of hard to believe they're in a true normal. I'm rushing 4, dropping 7 into coverage. I'm not too eager to shade my defensive lineman in case I give them a good 32. Alright, it's 3rd down. I want to attempt to block punts by shading my defensive lineman over the line of scrimmage. Oh no. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to review the game film to understand if I caused that or what. I'm mortified.
And it's good.
Well, I think the Dallas Cowboys are just going to retreat into their shells and give it up from here on out. I mean, down by 2 scores, 11 seconds until the 4th quarter. Why not just quit?
Oh, what a hit.
Let me tell you about the depth of my facetiousness. Facetiousness. Look at them in a run defense. As if I'm going to run right now. Is Michael Irvin hurt? He hasn't dropped as many balls normally. I'm not sure how to moderate my passes between hard throws and gentle touches. I need something in between. Apparently. I'm getting caught in that my own negative dynamic. Is this how I'm gonna lose the game? I think I have to pass. They didn't seem to expect my defense. And my offense. Their defense lined up as if they expected me to punt, and never could imagine I would throw for it, which was kind of surprising. Maybe they don't realize how late in the game it actually is. There's only 4 minutes left and I'm down by 2 scores. Give me, you know, I have to score. That was a terrible throw. It was a poor choice by the quarterback. That is me. I might lose my first game. No Emmitt Smith. Playing on all Madden. I haven't been able to stop their offense. Ricky Waters is having a great game. That was terrible. I had defenders chasing him. Leon Lett. That's so painful. Might not be painful though. If they make it work for me, I could end up having the 2-minute warning. No, I think it's painful no matter what happens. Leon Lett, you really fucked that up. Wow, I'm very disappointed. I feel like I'm leading the Cowboys to their first loss of the year. I have to find a way to hang in there and try to make a play. See if I can get this thing turned around. I don't know why they would have thrown. I don't think I can make an onside kick, so when it comes to that, I don't think I have anything to offer. course, I'm going to try. Moderately helpful. That's actually Dexter Coakley, listed as the rookie linebacker there. That was Dexter Coakley. He went on to make quite a few Pro Bowls for Dallas. Alright, let's get back to that same play. But we'll flip it. Yeah, you think that's unbelievable? We gotta score fast. Alright, time to slow down. Figure out how I'm actually going to score. Alright, that's a start. We're not finished. Still need to figure out how I'm going to make an onside kick. I have to kick it all the way to the right at like a 20% power.
And it's good.
So I'm kicking it to the left. Could have only forced a fumble. I have 2 timeouts. I would be very lucky if they threw the ball. That was freakishly lucky. I can't believe they threw the ball. I actually have a chance in this game because they threw the ball on first down. That means I can use timeouts on every other down to kill the clock. Someone has to take that guy down. Thank God someone finally made that tackle. Alright, I want to run a pretty safe defense. Outlaw. I feel like they're going to run the ball. I don't want to drop guys in coverage. They're in a symmetrical offense. Difficult to anticipate. They're passing again? I can't believe they threw the ball. I'm amazed at the poor end-of-game management by the Eagles. I have a chance to win this game now. I have a timeout in 57 seconds. What just happened? I don't understand. I don't know what I changed. I don't care. I'm gonna have to review. Did I cause that fumble? Or is that just like one of those freak... Is there not an instant replay? What happened? What happened was, that's a freak madnism. That was not a great play. This is the end of the game. I had 2 punt muffs that lost me the football game. Twice I fumbled on punts. At first I was blaming myself, but now I'm just blaming the Madden engine. I don't have the stomach to waste my players' injury status on a timeout, so that's not going to happen. So thus I record my first loss in Madden 98. Can't believe they beat me at home. Well, I thought Sherman Williams, like maybe I was gonna turn him into something after that Jaguars game. I was gonna ride him to victory over my division rivals, the Eagles. But it didn't happen. 6 of 18 passing the ball. I need to... They had 100 yards rushing to my 27. Cowboys got embarrassed this game. This game just didn't go right for them from the beginning. Alright, so that wraps up week 9 of NFL action, Madden 98. I hope you enjoyed it. Cowboys dealt their first loss of the year. They shall move on and still try to seal the deal, win the NFC East, get first ranking in the NFC, and have home field throughout the playoffs. So let's check our rankings after that loss, our first loss of the season. League standings. Cowboys and Eagles are tied. I didn't realize that the Eagles hadn't lost a game since the Eagles lost to Dallas. Had I recognized that, I might have been more wary about them coming to town. Instead, we have 8 games to play, and we're neck and neck. Both of us we've played our division games. I won't play the Eagles again unless I play them in the playoffs. So it's pretty much just a heated race from here on out. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed week 9 of my NFL season. And so when we come back next week, you shall enjoy the match of Cowboys versus the 49ers. Hard to believe that the Dallas Cowboys are coming off that tough loss to the Eagles, and we immediately have to match up against the 49ers. It's also hard to believe they call the Cowboys hot. Cowboys just lost the game, but maybe they're just calling it fluky. It's time for us to match up against our classic rivals, the 49ers, next week, week 10 of our playoff matchup.